Are any of you as surprised as I am at how quickly this year has gone past? Believe it or not, in just a few weeks, we'll all be thinking about making our New Year's resolutions. And typically, the most common resolution has to do with getting our bodies fit, starting a new exercise routine, going to the gym. But I wonder how many of us think about the fitness of our brain. Our brains, just like our bodies, begin to degrade over time as we age. And so we need to think about how can we keep our brains healthy. Today, I'm going to talk to you about neuroscience and what it has to say about our plastic brains, neuroplasticity, and what we need to do in order to keep our brains healthy as we age. But first, I need to tell you Momma's story. Momma is my mother-in-law, but everybody calls her Momma. Despite having 13 children of her own, she also opened her home and her heart, and especially her kitchen table, to anyone who needed a bite to eat or a word of advice. Momma was outgoing. She was vivacious. She was loving and caring. But due to a series of tragedies over the course of 5 years, we saw her change. Momma lost one of her sons first. And within 2 years of that, her oldest daughter passed away from breast cancer. The culmination was when her husband of more than 45 years passed away. Because of these tragedies, Momma retreated into herself and self-isolated. She no longer went out. She didn't leave her house at all. She stopped cooking her family meals. The cacophony of sound that would be around at the holidays was gone. We noticed that Momma's memory started to decline as well. She would forget little things at first, whether she had taken her medicine, had she eaten for the day. Then she started forgetting more important things. She would introduce my husband to his sisters and brothers. She would think my children were me and be confused when she see us together. Dementia had taken over. The worst day for me was one day I had gone to visit my mother-in-law, and we had had a really nice visit. And it was nice because we had spent time over the kitchen table like we used to, talking about events from 20 years before. And I knew that she remembered me, and that's what made it so great for me. My mother-in-law remembered me as her dementia took over. As we were finishing the visit, I got up to leave, and Momma decided that she got really excited. She decided that she wanted to introduce me to her friend. So in the way that an 83-year-old woman could, she rushed to get ahead of me before I left to introduce me to her friend. So as we're walking through the vestibule, Momma stopped and turned to face her friend. And after a few seconds of laughing and talking, she turned to introduce her to me, and the old woman in the mirror that she was introducing me to peered at us and looked at us. And I realized that dementia had really taken over. I decided that the reason my mother-in-law's decline into dementia was so rapid was because of her self-imposed isolation due to the tragic events of her life. Now, it's not based on a scientific study. It's based on my heart and what I observed. The science, however, does support that assumption. So let me talk about the science. Neuroscience is the study of the brain and how it functions. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to adjust to changes in the environment. So, how can we ensure that we have healthy brains as we continue to age? Well, according to neuroscience, it suggests that exercising your brain, challenging it with new things, taking up a new skill, trying a new thing. I just rode a bike for the first time last April. I'm 61.
Wow.
Rode a bike. But it's about challenging your brain, doing new things, and also social interaction. So when I think about my mother-in-law, she stopped socially interacting with people. She stopped her crossword puzzle. She stopped her cooking. And I really believe that the dementia accelerated because of that. So I would encourage you, regardless of your age, 20, 30, 40, we already talked about mine, so we won't mention that again. I would encourage you to continue Toastmasters. It's a great environment for both social interaction and learning a new skill. Continue to find things that stimulate your brain. And in doing so, you'll continue to flourish. Your brain will continue to grow and not decline as we age. Madam Contest Master.